Hello everyone, Dan the 14th Prime here, bringing you a video review today of the DX9 Tyrant, not Transformers Decepticon Galvatron, third-party product here. You can see the box is pretty cool, very vibrant and colorful. Got some artwork there of Tyrant, not Galvatron, right on the front. And it's got kind of Cyclonus and the sweeps up there in the corner. Around the side here, Cyclonus, teaser. I think these guys are going to do a lineup, so I believe these will all be products to come. On the back here, we've got some product shots of Tyrant, DX9, Inner Dream, Eternal Hobby. Must be their tagline. And then you don't know the power of the dark side. So a kind of Star Wars placed quote up there, which is interesting. Over here you got not Scourge. But really just like how that color kind of shoots around the box. That's really kind of nice. It's different. Then on the top here, you guys are really kind of pushing the limit here. Got not Unicron up there. He's got the "I belong to nobody" quote, which is the quote in the movie Galvatron speaking to Unicron after Unicron had given him the new Galvatron body, so it was trying to control him. So these guys are really pushing the limit of not Transformers here. But I'm a big fan of Galvatron. I know this DX9 group came out with the Carry, which is the not Rodimus Prime mold earlier in the year. Sharp looking figure. I didn't pick it up. It looked a little too chug for me. I think Tyrant here looks a little more Masterpiece styled and more of a tip to the cap of G1 styling and look, which is why I am picking this guy up. And we'll probably begin to the Galvatron wars here soon enough. We know Fans Toys has theirs coming in September, and who knows, Takara is really rolling out with the Masterpieces fast and furiously, so I'm speculating, but maybe a Galvatron wouldn't be too far away as well. But this is the guy we got for now, and I thought he looked really good, so I wanted to check him out. Let's open him up. So I'll just go ahead and show you quickly what is in the box. When you pull out the tray, you get this nice packaged up Tyrant with the Matrix there wrapped up by his feet and two different plasma cannons. Then you also get very Masterpiece-esque collector card there. D-07 Tyrant, Inner Dream, Eternal Hobby. Very Transformers-esque there. And even those instructions, you know, we haven't opened them up yet, but they look a lot like Masterpiece style instructions. And there's a chain in here that'll be for the Matrix. So here is Tyrant out of the box. Again, I'm going to make the argument that he's Masterpiece style. He's very close to being good toon accuracy here. I mean, the head sculpt is fantastic. He's even got the darker gray beard there. The red highlights up on the crown. I mean, that's really spot on sharp. He's got the two-tone kind of shoulder pad section. I would say the neck area here is chrome, which you'll see here with a shot later on, but that would be more toy accurate. It should have just been gray plastic, maybe would have been better for toon accuracy. But I think they've done a nice job with the arms. They've got a cannon over there, which is more toon accurate. It also comes with a more toy accurate cannon as well, with that kind of orange speckled translucent plastic. You could put a Decepticon symbol right there if he was official, but it's got the right ab section look, the right belt look. I don't know that it would need that red there. The kind of hip sections or kibble is appropriate for the toon. It would have some red highlights, some red coloring on top to be perfect. Probably the main areas in terms of toon accuracy would be the legs here, which is going to be tricky any way you do the toy, I think. So it'll be interesting to see different variations of this. But in the cartoon, this purple section is actually an extension of the lower shin, almost like an armor that comes up, and the thigh is really just this silver material. Doesn't have a purple thigh pad on it. Also, this knee section here, which they've made an octagon, actually would be more of kind of a pentagon, more six-sided, and a little more rounded than kind of sharp corners that they have here. So that's probably the main thing I notice on the lower body, and really the whole front, is just this leg section isn't exactly how it would need to look from a toon perspective. And then just let me give you a little bit of a wide angle overview here just so you get to see everything. There's the side angle. See, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not like he's got a ton of kibble hanging off him everywhere. Pretty clean profile view. And then the back here. Again, not too bad. He's really just got the tank tracks here. This accent is toon appropriate, so that looks nice in terms of how it looks, especially from the front. The cartoon had these tracks on the arms, and it's one of those kind of shape-shifting things where when they draw them on the arms, the back of the arms, they'd really be small, but for the alt mode accuracy, you need them much larger, right? And for those of you that remember the G1 toy, you basically had a track like that on the back of the arm, which made the arm just look huge. So they're trying to get cleaner arms with it, but it does provide a little bit of a trade-off there in terms of toon accuracy. But honestly, I don't know how else you would accomplish that without some parts transformation or something really slick in terms of a transform and expanding track. But these tracks are nice. There's actually a rubber tread right there, and it turns. Very nice. Okay, so that's a wide angle view. Let's go in and take a closer look at this guy. Actually, while I've got him here, let's just go ahead and do some of the comparisons. Here he is next to MP10. Well, I'm just trying to make sure I've got MP10 stood up because he is significantly larger than MP10. And I don't know that that should be appropriate. So in terms of scaling, he might be a little bit too tall. Slap Apollyon over here. I think we know Apollyon scales pretty well with MP10. And of course, Galvatron towers over Apollyon a little bit too. So from a head perspective, it's actually not terrible. It's probably like a half a head maybe that he's taller than MP10. It just looks like more because the shoulders, I think, are sitting differently. These shoulder pads add a little bit of presence to them as well. So there they are, more back to back. It's not terrible, it's pretty close, but there's definitely enough there. It seems that if you're a scale freak, that might be an issue for you. And I don't know official scaling off the top of my head, but I imagine Galvatron and Prime should basically be looking eye to eye. So here we are a little bit closer up. We'll go even closer yet on the head sculpt in a second, but just want to get you in a little bit closer, and there you can see some of that chrome around the collar there. Again, that's toy accurate, not toon accurate, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks good still. You can see the nice round arms, round forearms and everything. I think that looks good from a toon perspective. The whole ab section and belt, that all looks good. I don't love the hands. We'll take a closer look at those. They're kind of flimsy. Then down on into the leg, which again, I think it's got the right gist of the styling. I don't love the knee section there. And this purple just comes off as kind of small for what we'd be used to seeing there with Galvatron's thigh. Here's that side profile. You got the shoulder pad in the way, so you can't see much by way of the head, but that's normal. Treads tuck away pretty well. There you can see those round arms, the roundness they've given him with nice bot arms. Pretty clean profile, like I said before. Then here's the back of the figure, where you're staring at some of the tank treads. But I don't think it looks terrible. Maybe it's not perfect, but again, I just don't know what else you can do there. You know, and I can live with that. It's not terrible. Then I'll just go ahead and give you this right side profile because it is the cannon arm. So it's a little bit unique there. That cannon just really looks nice. That tune accurate cannon, the paint on that, it's good. It's a heavier cannon too. It was heavier than the toy version of the cannon. And here I just want to get above them a little bit just so you can see a little bit better some of this top side detailing I was talking about in terms of the chrome collar and even the red detailing on top of the shoulder pads there. That is tune accurate. Here's a close-up of that head sculpt, and you can see it's really got all the right detailing there. Kind of the gray, kind of goatee looking thing. I like the flare on the crown. Very cartoon-esque. The red coloring detail up there. You can see they bring some of that molding around to the side. And not too bad on the back. It's got a screw there, but otherwise more detailing it carries around the back. Overall, a pretty clean head. It would have been nice maybe if you could have some facial expressions, maybe some plates or something that you could put in there. Because having Galvatron scowl or growl would have been a lot of fun. So in terms of articulation on Tyrant, he's got some pretty nice feet there. You can get a toe going down, you can get a whole foot movement. Looks like there's something for transformation that's going to be there. You can get it to twist, and you get a little bit of tilt in this direction. Looks like that's going to be for transformation as well. In terms of the knee, you can get a full kick back there, no problem. In terms of the thigh, he gets that out pretty well and back pretty well. So that all works pretty good. In terms of coming out to the side, you get that too. This piece looks like it doesn't want to rotate all the way out of the way. It's kind of on a ball joint. So you can get the leg all the way out, but this has to go in a very awkward position. In terms of his waist, he's got a waist that turns. His arm here will go basically 90 degrees. It looks like it probably won't stay there because the shoulder pad is going to get in the way. So you can get it up there, but then in terms of staying, plus it's got the cannon. Let's try this one. Okay, so you can get the 90 degrees. Looks like over here, just with the weight of the cannon, it doesn't want to stay at 90 degrees though. You can spin that around. Those have some grooved kind of mechanisms in them. Get a bicep twist, and you get 90-degree bicep there. Then you get some head turn. Not too bad down, but the way his chest comes out, he just basically looks at his chest and nothing up. So here you have his hand. Again, I don't love the hand. It just looks really flimsy. That's the back of the hand there. You basically have two knuckles. The first two knuckles you get. And the tips of the fingers are just in sort of a natural curved position. Thumb, again, you just get one joint, ball joint here. It seems even difficult to move the way it's positioned, so that ball joint really only gets you more of a side to side and some rotation. And so you don't really get an upward movement from it, just down. Here's the inside of the hand. You can see why I just don't like it. Very flat. You got a couple screws in there. Looks like a skeleton hand or something. Thumb can come down like that. Hand can come in. So it can make a little bit of a decent fist. So there you can see the fist. It's not too bad. But really, I just think the problem is he just doesn't really have a palm. I think that is the issue. If they'd have put a palm in there, probably would have went a long way. In terms of some of the extras in the baggie, you get this matrix, which looks pretty good. It's got more of like a green on the inside than blue, but overall not bad. It kind of opens up like this. It comes with this chain, which is really kind of nice because you can see it just has these clips on it. So that looks good, and it's definitely durable as well. Sturdy chain with solid hooks. You won't have issues with that breaking. You also get this DX9 D-07 Tyrant. Got a picture of the Tyrant there. This is a really nice card. I mean, this is not a cardboard. This is sturdy, this thing. The back here, you get all the stats. And then for the first time here, some language we can't read. You also get this fold-out poster of Tyrant. Kind of a high-gloss piece of artwork there. Then you get the instruction manual. In all English here. And really very simple, just pictures inside for transformation. So to transform Tyrant, the first step is basically go ahead and pop off the cannon. Next step is we want to hide away the hands. And it's best to have them 90-degree angle, forearms facing up, palms facing up, and fisted, because what you want to do is pull underneath to separate these. And then flip the hand back into the chamber and close it up. Like I say, this hand tabbing into the top here is just really unnecessary. A little more trouble than it's worth. I made that pretty difficult. So now the hands are hidden away. So next we just want to pop the figure back on a hinge. Pull down this piece back here. Start to pull out this top section. You actually want to lift up the chest here and just kind of pull through this whole section. Then just come back around and push that closed to seal up that hole. Give him a spin. Turn around his waist section. Now you want to get this upper abdomen section kind of out of the way. I think the easiest way to do that is to come underneath it and kind of lift it up. This allows you to flatten this section out. So you get this look, and then you can bring it all down. So next you want to hide away the head. So if you just give the head a pull up, it'll open up the chrome section, and then you can get your hand in there to flip this side open. So that creates the space for you. Just tuck away the head like so. It's a little snug. Just make sure you get those crowns through there without getting them stuck. And then just close that up. Next we just want to get the arms out lateral like this. Kind of pushing in these top shoulder pads. Just putting them up like that for now. Come around the back of the figure. Then what you want to do is you want to take the treads here and bring them back under the arms to the front. There's some parts up top that we'll release to make that happen. Pick this back up. Next you have these small plastic nubs on the top of the tracks. Just pull those down. And then then what that's going to help you do is give the tracks a flip. So you get them facing the right direction. And on the back of the tracks here, pull down the silver detailing. Then bring the purple down into the hole where the silver was. Then fold down the tank tread legs. And let's kind of simultaneously just bring this whole piece back over cover. So next, to put the arms away here, we want to rotate at the shoulder. So you want to get the opening up. These joints are pretty tight. You want to rotate the forearms so you get the round side up. Then you want to flip these up like this. And then tuck them away in that opening. Helps to kind of push it from underneath, set it back in there. And push the shoulder pads down onto the arms. On the front side here, extend out the cod piece, flip that out, and swing in the panels. Now I'm just going to bring these pieces up and put them as flush as I can against the cod piece here, recognizing that they are slanted right now. So if we take the legs, give them a twist, open up these small little compartments on the ankles, to then hinge open the whole lower shin. Pull out the panels inside of the leg there. You then have these little swing panels on the panel that we just popped up, so that will just kind of flip up to solid out the top of that. So for the feet, I want to kind of round them out, make like a half circle. Kind of push down. Just kind of spin them so they're more like this. And then we want to flip the feet up. So there's a hinge here. And go like that. Then we take the thighs, get the legs kind of pointed inward. The thigh pads pointed inward. We've got to want to fold all this up. So you really want to push on these side pieces here to get the extension and the alt mode back. So it gives you a little bit more length to kind of bring these rear ends around. I'm having a hard time getting these things to loop around, but they'll come around and just close up. And those peg together as well, which helps just keep the whole back section together. So you can fold this down, and that too will lock in together. Get my top pieces back situated. Okay, so one thing that was giving me fits with getting this back in together was these panels, which were the hip panels, and I just couldn't get them to lay flat and flush against the cod piece. When I first did the transformation step, they were on backwards. They were on the wrong side. So I had to pop them off and flip them to the opposite sides so they can get the nice lay down effect, because they have a ball joint and then kind of a groove or slot in there. And you need that slot facing the right way. Now I can get this back in to settle in a little bit easier. Get that tabbed in. That looks nice, that's together. So everything's kind of there now. So then if you just pick your barrel of choice, it says to give it a little pull here. That extends it like this. Then you can actually flip it over like this. put this back and then push this back forward. And then just plug it in. It's actually a couple grooves on the gun and underneath the collar piece there. They can snap together and then just settle it down. So there it is. So here's Tyrant in his alt cannon mode. Again, I think he looks pretty tune accurate. There you got the treads, kind of the viewfinder. You'll see the back end in a moment here, but all looks really nice. Here's the front end view. It's the right side here, just so you can say you saw it. And then that back end view, which I think looks really good, really tune accurate with kind of the almost rocket engine kind of look. And again, if we wanted to, kind of toy colors there, if we so desired. That looks good too. Here's what it looks like a little bit more from the top side. And then underneath here, just to show you, everything hides away pretty well. So there he is, guys. That's the Tyrant, not Galvatron. And probably the other thing you point at on the figure is up through here for transformation. He's got some kind of hinging that goes on. And it'd be nice if that purple, wasn't there and it just kind of came up through the chest, how it probably should. In terms of the toy, the quality is really good. I mean, as I was going through transformation, there's really no plastic flashes or sprue marks or anything like that you can see. No quality issues. The only issue I had was these pads were on backwards, which I was able to easily fix because they're just on a ball joint. Hate the hands. The hands are really flimsy and thin looking. And actually trying to transform him from cannon back to robot mode, getting those unpegged was very difficult. I had to use the back of a fork basically to pop them loose because they're just too fragile. I think the alt mode cannon was spot on. So that's DX9's Tyrant, guys. Not Galvatron. Pretty nice figure. Pretty pleased with it overall. Hope you liked the video. I'll see you next time.